want to know a whole lot about Genneve. I've gotten so much personal help from it that I want to know what other kinds of experiences you're offering to women.
Sure. So I mentioned that Genneve it's online. It's at Genneve.com. We have telemedicine services so women can book appointments with practitioners like Dr. Lisa Savage. You can also access free education. It's an education platform to try and normalize this. We also have a community platform for the whole, support network that women are really asking for. We also have a line of feminine care products. Right now, around vaginal health, we're starting to address more supplements. You'll see more over-the-counter products offered that really complement the really evidence-based medicine approach we take with our telemedicine services. And one thing we're soon to launch, and this is based on feedback from women, is we've had already a menopause assessment on the site, and it's about an 8-minute questionnaire. And in many ways, our whole goal with it was to normalize what's happening with women. But over time, we wanted to give you a roadmap of where you are kind of in the process and then what's ahead. There's no what to expect when you're expecting for menopause. It lets you be the guide of what you want to do, but it shows you all the options, and it's factual. We are working with functional medicine, naturopathic doctors that complement, again, our evidence-based approach. So that's Genneve. Our whole goal is to improve access to menopause care, to normalize it for women, and to make it affordable. An appointment with a telemedicine practitioner is $35. We want to improve access to quality care.
I think some of our doctors need to pay close attention to the symptoms that are happening, because I feel like they don't even know all the symptoms. And I've asked other people, are you having hair thinning? Is that part of it? Is that just a genetic thing? They're like, that's just you. And I don't think it. How come my hair stopped growing on my body? No one's explained that, not once yet. And I'm like, I had not a lot anyway, but I don't understand. I want to know all these different things. Can I grow it back? Am I doomed? Do I need to just shave it off and be bald for the rest of my life? I mean, what do I need to do? Do I just need to wear wigs all the time? What do I need to do? Because I will adapt, but I just need to understand, is there hope? Or is there no hope? Right. Or what am I dealing with? And they don't ever give me the correct answer, because even the OBGYN I have now is just kind of like,
well, so I don't know what the menopause specific certification training is, for example, through the North American Menopause Society, but I know there's an activist in the UK, and I heard her because she and her dad were on a news show. I posted it on the HelloPause webpage, and she started the Latte Lounge, and she's now become an activist in getting general practitioners in the UK to have just a list of classic symptoms that go beyond hot flashes, so that if you're sitting, if there is a middle-aged woman, a woman anywhere from her late 30s to her early 50s sitting in your office, and she's got any one of this short list of symptoms, that tells you, oh, okay, potential for a perimenopause situation. Ding, 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 the bell goes off. And that's would be so helpful. I think that's what a lot of our general practitioners could really benefit from. Just a little, little check, a cheat sheet that just says, oh, 39 to 50. Do you have la 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 or la la? Ooh, I think I know what to tell you. Right. You may or may not be in perimenopause.
I can't remember. It's a hard thing. But then also knowing what's the difference, because a lot of my friends are still going, I'm perimenopausal, or they think they are. And I'm like, no, girl. You're menopausal, because everyone keeps telling me menopause is you don't have a period anymore. What is the difference? Once you stop having an actual menstrual cycle, you're in menopause. That's it.
For a year.
For a
year, right. But people don't, they're like, oh, and I'm like, you need to know. You're still, it's still hanging on. It's not hanging on.
I don't know.
I am hanging on. You're like, girl, you're not going to have a kid anytime soon.
Is it because they want to continue to have children, or is it because it's associated with age?
I think it's age. I think it's youth. I think I'm a Kardashian. I think it's, I'm hiring that person. I can get this, I'm Janet Jackson. Girl, you're not. No, she had it. Trust me. She has a doctor in Beverly Hills who has a ton ton of money and all this knowledge, and it's like, we will give you IVF, Janet.
Well, we'll
and
give you a donor egg.
Yeah.
a donor
Yes.
egg and a donor uterus if you need.
Yeah.
We our PR people, like, come on, they can fake the bump. I mean, when did you see her out? I mean, like, all these things. People are like, oh no, I can do it. We need to not shame. We need to not have that shame of that perimenopause. Yeah, you're perimenopausal. I shared with Brandy, I believe that I completely went into menopause and not realize it at like 44 or 45, which people are like, oh, I was young. Because everyone kept saying to me up until I was like 48, girl, you can still have a baby. You might still have a baby. And I was like, I don't know.
Once you're
Pretty sure.
Did you want a baby?
Yes, I wanted to have 5 children, but it never happens. The physicians not only need to talk about, here's an HRT to help you, it's also, let's deal with the psychology that's going on in your brain right now.
It's the morning
depression. Yes.
There's going to be no more babies, whether you wanted them or not.
At 44? Come on. My friends were still girl, we're pregnant. Like,
I have a girlfriend right now who's pregnant at 44.
It's interesting. I wonder if this is cultural, because you've talked a little bit about cultural differences, because
it's because they're huge. Let me tell you.
I know we see even in the data on our menopause assessment, Latina and African American women have much more severe symptoms compared to Caucasian and Asian women in many cases. But even culturally, some women are like, oh my gosh, I'm in menopause. It is so freeing, and so even, you're in a circle that is much more focused on having children versus I want my freedom.
Right.
The takeaway is doctors, we need to spread the word. Doctors need more training, and the North American Menopause Society offers a certification so that if you are a breast cancer doctor, if you are a gynecologist who's been focused on the OB part of your practice for a long time, you can go and get information, and menopause.org will actually lists the over 1,000 doctors who have taken their certification. And so they can help you find one in your area if your doctor doesn't seem to have that specialty. But I think you do have to advocate for yourself right now.
To find someone who has the ability, the time, to be able to give you a longer appointment, you might have to doctor shop a little bit. And you might also, this is a little known secret, ask for the last appointment of the morning or the last appointment of the afternoon. If you don't want 15 people to be following you in those exam rooms.
Interesting.
Because then perhaps your doctor can sit for
they've got a few extra more minutes.
A few extra more if they're not pressured to go on and see that next patient. And so that's just a little tip about medical appointments. The other one I have is if you want the physician to be as on time as possible, get the first appointment of the session, whether it's morning or afternoon.
Okay. So women still have to be our own advocates. We still have to talk to our doctors. We still have to do reading. We still have to come with questions. We have a lot of work to do in this process. We have to make decisions. Hormones or no hormones. Which supplements, how much of the supplements, who do I talk to, how do I find a doctor who can talk to me about all this? What lifestyle changes? Can I give up wine? Can I give up coffee? Do I need more protein in my diet? Am I vitamin D deficient? Am I vitamin B deficient? How do I get more of those things? Right. How do I sleep better without having a sleep hangover? Okay, when really I have children to get off to college, and I have a household to run, and I have a career to manage, and wouldn't it be so much easier if I just had ED and could take Viagra or, So anyway, truth of the matter is, in the present, women still have to be very much on top of this in order to manage it in a way that makes our lives still feel worthwhile. But is there a future out there where that's easier, where we just get to pop the girl version of a Viagra and get on down the road?
For me, I get that this is a natural thing. This is nature. I do wonder if it's how to not minimize, but get it into a space where, okay, go there, answer, there you go. I love your company, what you're doing. I love that. Like, oh, if I'd known, boom, I'd type it in,
Like
contact.
one-stop shopping, education, resources,
Yes.
practitioners. It is really nice. command central.
Informed women are empowered women. And our mission is to empower women to take control of their health. And I don't know that there's ever going to be a pill to pop or some simple remedy, but the more that we do talk about it, or at least women are informed about it, like we've got a whole nother half of life.
Yes.
So let's invest some time, use the right resources, and get empowered, because what happens during menopause, it's triggering the long-term things around cardiovascular, brain health, and bone health. It's worth it. It's worth the time.
Yeah, we need better research, we need better access, we need better training for doctors, and we need better conversations. And that's what HelloPause is trying to do. And I am so grateful to all of you for coming to talk with me. That's my only skill set. I like to talk. So thank you all so much for the work you're doing for women in perimenopause, for sharing your story, and for helping us kind of make it easier for the women who are coming up behind us.
Yeah, raw for the women coming up behind.
Yeah, for sure.